Have you ever wanted to plan a bar crawl on a cruise ship? Well, this is how we do it at Dockside Travel. It's another sea day on board Resilient Lady, and instead of letting the day drift by, we turned it into a full-on bar crawl, mixing in fun games, challenges, and plenty of exploring as we worked our way from bar to bar. And like any good bar crawl, you start by building a base. We kick things off this morning with breakfast at Razzle Dazzle, the perfect way to set the tone for the day. We make sure nobody starts the bar crawl on an empty stomach. So we're at Razzle Dazzle for breakfast this morning.
Fancy menu. I think you should show the front. Ready?
It is a fancy menu.
And there's drinks.
Oh, it's pub crawl day, so we should probably pace ourselves.
Oh, let's see. Can I have the acai bowl? And are we doing dessert now too?
If you want, but I will serve you later.
Okay. I'm gonna do the sliced fruit as well, please. No toast or anything?
Want some avocado toast along with your egg?
No, that's good.
Or waffle?
This is perfect. Thank you.
Or just egg?
Just
Or brown toast, white toast?
No, just egg. Egg and fruit. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm taking control of the camera because Chris is in the washroom and our food came. I have the acai bowl. It looks fantastic. I'm gonna show you now. And then a side of fruit. Chris has 2 eggs and a side of fruit, and we have coffee. This will not be our breakfast every Monday morning, I can promise you. I've never had rainbow churros before. I've never had rainbow churros before.
All right, this is where the bar crawl officially begins. We kick things off at the pool deck's Gin and Tonic bar, which made the perfect starting point to get everyone together and explain how this works. We've got 9 people in total, so we're going to split into 3 teams, and of course, the first order of business was coming up with team names.
All right, everybody, welcome to the bar crawl for Cruise Quest, the premier event you've been waiting 14 days for.
Here's a simple version of our rules. You earn 1 point for every drink. Alcoholic or non-alcoholic, everything counts. Then at each bar, there's a challenge. The winning team gets 5 points, second place gets 3, third place gets 1. Simple, competitive, yet just structured enough to keep things interesting.
What was Elf's favorite food?
Pizza.
Cats. In Full House, what was the name of Danny Tanner's brother-in-law who moved in to help raise the kids?
Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse. What was the name of the alien planet that Mork came from in Mork and Mindy? What 1980 show featured a talking car that starred David
Knight
Hasselhoff?
Rider.
What TV show had the catchphrase, I pity the fool?
A-Team.
A-Team.
Oh, okay.
Which 80s show featured the characters Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and Sophia?
Girls.
Last question. What actor played Crockett in Miami Vice? Don Johnson over here.
That one wasn't even close. The Smartinis absolutely stole the show. As for my team, well, we finished dead last, which is kind of humbling and slightly concerning this early in the bar crawl. I guess if we're not going to win it on the activities, our team's going to have to win it on the drinks. So we better pick up the pace. Oh, and one other thing, we've added a wild card event at every stop, something we call Dice Roulette. Everyone rolls the dice, and whatever number comes up decides what you have to do. We'll get to that a little later.
We are at the pool bar. And it is a little warmer today.
If you lose, you take a sip. If both people have the same sign and you tie, you both take a sip. It's a single elimination, so we're going to give 1 player from team 1, 1 player from team 2, and 1 player from team 3. So let's start team 1 and 2. Pick a player. All right, it's 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, round 1, loser sips. Sean's up 1-0.
Things weren't looking good for our team in the beginning. 2 of our people got eliminated, but then I became a juggernaut in rock, paper, scissors, and I won 3 matches straight to take home the championship for the single malts. After another fun activity, everyone reloads on the drinks, and it's time for a round of Dice Roulette.
Oh, team sip. Up you go, Melanie. Team sip.
Oh, sorry. Cheers. Cheers. Woohoo. Cheers.
All right, Deb's up next. 2. Group sip. Cheers, everybody.
If you rolled a 6, you had to do a lap around the walking track. Fortunately, our team didn't hit one of those. We just had to do a few drinks here and there, which was great. Now it's off to the athletic club.
All right. This is the bragging rights of all the trivias we're going to do. Newfoundland Labrador trivia. All right, what year did Newfoundland officially join Canada?
49.
Paul.
49.
There we go. Hand was up. All right. Question number 2. Who was the 4th premier of Newfoundland Labrador?
Yours. Tom Ryder.
Tom Ryder. What is the traditional boiled dinner of salt beef, cabbage, potatoes, vegetables called?
Jig's dinner.
Jig's dinner. What iconic Newfoundland food is made from fried dough, usually served with molasses? Towns it is. Which year was Marconi's famous transatlantic signal first received?
1912.
No, you lose a point.
1901.
1901, you gain a point. Jeez, this guy's over here. I gotta turn this way so I can't see his hand going up.
It wasn't a bad showing by us single malts, but the top 3 took home the top prize. So once again, I think we're going to have to try to gain some ground with a few extra drinks. Good thing our team is up for it.
Hey, Game Master.
Game Master's had too many beverages.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna have to have a water.
A lot of responsibility being a Game Master.
It is a lot of responsibility. I got a newfound appreciation.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, but I figured you'd get a chance this year to enjoy the games. Relax a bit.
Oh, I'm relaxed. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I can only let you have the camera for 2 more bars, and then I'm a little worried where the
I
camera won't
appreciate
know.
that.
The last few bars we may have no footage.
That's okay. We probably don't need footage.
Anyway, we're gonna slow the pace a bit now. All right, folks, so important part of any bar crawl is hydration. This is called the Hydro Challenge. There is another activity at this bar, so in addition to your cocktails or whatever you're having, your choice, each team has to drink 5 waters between them while we're at this bar. One person can drink all 5, you could split it out, but you have 5 waters to drink before we leave the bar. You get 1 point per water that your team drinks.
Cheers, team.
Cheers. Done. Hey.
All right, cheers, cheers, cheers. Waters.
Done.
You drink more water today than he drinks ever.
I've never seen him drink this much water in a year.
All right, folks, the second activity, World History Trivia. And Paul and Jeanette get a couple extra points because I'm good for 5.
But one word of advice.
7. What major stock market event in 1929 led to the Great Depression? I need the full name. Yes. There you go. Number 8. Extra point for coming up with a name. 2 points. Number 18. What event brought the United States into World War II?
Pearl Harbor.
Number 19. In 1989, what student-led protests in China ended with the government crackdown?
Can't swear.
Yes. I believe we have a tie. The judge's opinion is we have a tie between the single malts and the martinis. So we're gonna have some. There's 3 tiebreaker questions. Since I'm not in here, you guys, you can draft an extra player for the tiebreaker round. You get to choose one of the other 3 players. It's one of the 3 players. You get to choose a 3rd player to join your team. You've been drafted.
Who, KP or Paul?
KP has been drafted over here. Paul made the selection.
You don't have to answer quickly.
And who do we have?
You get nobody. You have 3 players. Now they have 3 players for the tiebreaker.
Hold on.
And if his team wins, his team will get a point because he was drafted. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Tie-breaking questions number 1. What treaty officially ended World War I?
No, I'll try. Treaty of Versailles.
Yes. First blood. Number 2. What was the name of the first artificial Earth satellite launched by the Soviet Union in 1957?
Sputnik.
Sputnik. That's it. You won. It's over. 2 points.
And what do you know? It's another victory for the single malts. They pull off the championship in history trivia, but I gotta tell you, this score is gonna be too close to call in the end, so we're gonna try to pad our lead a little more. I'm not a fan of straight tequila, but you do anything for your team. And when it came to the dice roulette, we had another round here at the bar, and here's a shot of the Smartinis getting a selfie with a stranger. They're adding up a few extra points of their own. Next stop, Casino Bar, but we completely forgot about our activity when Melanie stole the show.
What is first?
Yes. Can you just take my... I got a shift to do.
You got work to do.
What else am I doing?
Way.
Shake
You gotta shake it! Oh, there you go. Shake, shake, shake.
There you go.
Gold.
Could get your two daughters.
Oh, sorry.
Very minimal, not great. The pro!
That's nothing for you. You play high money.
So the bar crawl has taken a turn. There's a new bartender here at the casino bar. She's been serving bar for at least the last 20 minutes.
Our next stop is the Loose Cannon, but we stop along the way for a few team photos, and you can tell everybody is starting to have a real good time.
The game is called Thumpers. You have to keep thumping the whole time. Everybody has to do a signal. My signal will be this one. Here. Everybody has to choose
will be this one.
All right! Everybody has to choose a different signal, and what will happen is, if we go through the game, if I start, I'll do my signal, and then another signal. If that person doesn't do their signal within 3 seconds, they have to drink.
It's at the Loose Cannon when things really start to pick up. We introduce everyone to a classic Newfoundland drinking game called Thumpers. It didn't take long for a few new players to wander over with us from the casino, and once the game got going, well, we started attracting an even bigger crowd. That's always been our philosophy, the more the merrier. There were a lot of laughs, plenty of friendly chaos, and a whole lot of people trying to figure out the rules as they went along. By the end of it, the single malts pulled off another win. But the real question is, would it be enough? And that's because earlier on, we all agreed to give Melanie's team an extra 25 points for her turn behind the bar. That's a lot of ground to make up, and suddenly, you know, that scoreboard is looking very tight. Next up on the bar crawl is the dock, but before we could do anything else, I had a tradition to uphold. A full skip around the bar for my niece Bryn. No exceptions, no excuses, some traditions are non-negotiable.
Hello, Bryn. This is for you.
Then it was time for the food challenge. Everyone had to go out and retrieve a snack item, enough to share with 3 people. Once everything was back, we set it up like a gift exchange. One person gets to pick first, but the next person can either take that item from them or choose a new one, and it keeps going like that. The twist, the last person gets to pick any item they want, and then comes the real test. You get 1 point only if you actually eat the food you're left with. Some people were very confident in their choices, others they immediately regretted theirs. And it's time to do a little check-in on the scores for Dice Roulette, as well as the overall drink totals.
The final tallies are in after all the activities. At 75 points. The top 3, 75 points. And at 60 points on activities, only 15 points on drinks. Yeah, but that's not drinks. That is fake drinks. Fake news, fake news. Not only did they do great on activities, they did good on the drinks. 2 of the 3 did good on the drinks. Melanie didn't pull her weight, but she pulled her weight on the activities. Oh, yeah. And she got 25 extra points for being the bartender.
Woo!
At 99 points. points to the Smartini! And then, of course, there's one team left. The single malt. Who did not necessarily win on the activities, but we have more drinks than the other two teams combined. 101 points for the single malt.
The winning team. And what you gotta know about a bar crawl is all the activities, it still comes down to the drinks.
And just like that, it's a wrap on our bar crawl. Yet another great sea day in the books, and somehow we still have enough energy to take in some more entertainment and sit down for an incredible dinner at Pink Agave. If you think this day was fun, just wait. Join us next time as we dive into one of Virgin Voyages' most iconic nights on board, Scarlet Night. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps our channel grow. And drop us a comment below. Let us know if you've ever done a bar crawl and what's your favorite activity to do on board. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.